So, as you can see by my bedroom, I'm getting more stuff unpacked or repacked, depending on how you look at it. But I figured to take a break real quick to talk about this comic, because as you guys know, I have been following the One Bad Day books. The last one being Mr. Freeze, which I rather enjoyed. So we're down to the last three. Those being Catwoman, which will be this week. It was supposed to be in Christmas, but the word on the street is that one got pushed back so they could... it was overshadowed by the Batman Spawn review, the Batman Spawn crossover. So, okay, there's that. And then it just got pushed back to this week, to, as of this recording, this week. So I'll be getting that at some point. And then we have Clayface in February, and finally Ra's al Ghul in March. But this is one of the last four. We're now at the we are over the halfway point with these One Bad Day books, and we're looking at Batman One Bad Day Bane, which is written by Joshua Williamson, artwork by Howard Porter, and yeah. I hate this book. Hate's a strong word. This is the weakest. I thought the Two-Face issue was really the weakest of the comics. I really did feel like the two of those so far, the Two-Face issue was definitely the weakest, but this one takes the cake. Like, this one, I don't like the Two-Face one, but this is now the bottom of the list. Now, granted, we still have 3 more issues. We have 3 more comics, but this one is really not good. This one is probably because, you know, the whole thing about these One Bad Day books, it's supposed to be the villains at their worst, like their absolute most heinous, like their absolute heinous, and their most vile. This is not that. Like, this feels like a comic that Joshua Williamson wanted to write, but then, like a Bane one-shot, he wanted to write like an Elseworld story. He wanted to write like an Elseworld story or miniseries, but never got it, and then they were doing the One Bad Day book, so he's like, I got an idea, I have this, and I'll pitch it to them. Because what is this? This is not a Bane's One Bad Day. This is just Bane on Bane's... It should be called One Good Day for Bane. That's what it feels like it should be. So, yeah. Bane... So what is this comic about? So basically, the story of this comic is that, it's the far future. Not determined, but we're in the future, and Bane is now living the last days of his life as a wrestler in Mexico, fighting, people dressed as Batman. However, he finds out that there is a cache of venom in Texas, and he's vowed to destroy all venom because it's ruined his life. So he goes to destroy the last vestiges of venom and rid his life of it. Yeah. Does any of that sound like a bad day? Really? Like, Bane is living in Mexico, he's got a mansion, and it's his over his fireplace is the news poster of him breaking Batman, of the news saying Batman is broken, and I will say that, like Joshua Williamson definitely has, like, a note at the end where it's, like, where Bane is talking, and he basically mentions that, the day I broke Batman, I thought it was, like, my high point, but really it was the worst day of my life because I never achieved anything higher than that. And I'm like, that's very apt for the character, because really, let me just ask you something real quick. What has Bane done of note since then? Because it always feels like it's always come back to, I broke Batman. And you could say, oh, what about the City of Bane? Like when Bane took over Gotham in the Tom King run. Yeah, but it cycled back to, I broke Batman. Like, that's how it go. Like, that's how it always cycles back to the day Bane broke him. Like, it always cycles back to that day no matter what. So that's why I kind of like it. Although, to be fair, I do think Bane got some major character development in Gail Simone's Sinister Six run, but that's neither here nor there. Like, that's just me. So Bane teams up with this young kid who he knows nothing about, and it may as well be called Breaking Bane. And I mean that in the sense of a Breaking Bad parody, because this kid is basically like Jesse, where him and Bane team up to go stop the bad guy, who may as well be called Gus. But I will give Joshua Williamson credit because he does some deep cuts with this, involving grunge, character that barely gets any notice. And then you have Dr. Porter, who was the original creator of Venom from the Batman Venom story by Dennis O'Neil. Yeah, this comic actually takes a lot of stuff from Batman Venom, which was, for those who don't know, Venom came before Bane. Like, the Venom drug was made years before Bane the character showed up. So, yeah, it was in this Batman Legend of the Dark Knight story done by Dennis O'Neil decades ago. So, I thought that was it, and they even brought the character back and had I've never died in the first place. And yeah, the fights in here suck, because here's the thing, they literally just they're in one page, and they're all shrunk down in these little micro clips that you have to squint at to see the action. That's really it. It's so embarrassing. We came to see Bane the character kick ass, and you shrink the panels down to microscopic size, and then just blow it up for dialogue pieces that are jumbled in this mess. I don't get it. I generally don't get any of this. The story just kind of ends on this very hopeful note, which I'm that's not how this works. This is supposed to be one, and you could say, well, the hopeful note was on Mr. Freeze, and yes, you could make that argument too. But that one felt more like it was earned. That story, that feel good ending felt earned, whereas this one didn't, at all. And also, it talks about how Bane killed Batman by saving Gotham. This is stupid. This book is stupid. I was gonna throw up, and I was no. Yeah, this book is not good. This is probably the worst of the One Bad Day books, I'm sorry to say. And I was really excited for this Bane for this issue, because I really like the idea of Old Man Bane. They do nothing with it. It's just Bane can do anything without the Venom. Wonderful. Yay. Round of fucking applause. And it sucks too, because I think Joshua Williamson's a great writer. I really do like him as a writer. But this is not that. This comic is not that. I am looking forward to the Catwoman issue, which is coming out this week. G. Willow Wilson will be doing that book, and I think she's a great writer. I'm most excited of the last one's Clayface, although not to knock the Ra's al Ghul issue, which will be done by Tom Taylor and art by Ivan Reyes, which that sounds killer. But yeah, so yeah, I don't recommend this issue. It sucks too, because all of them are really good. Even the Two-Face one had some redeeming qualities, but yeah, not this one. So yeah, you guys tell me in the comments below if you've read Batman Bane One Bad Day. Let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of it. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.